This is Terry from the Edmonton Public Schools Tips team, and I'm going to take a few minutes here to show you how you might use AutoCrat, which is a really cool add-on for Google Spreadsheets, to take data that you've created in your spreadsheet and automatically create a document. It could be also, you could create a PDF, but we're going to, in this scenario, create a Google Doc that you can then share out with others, print, or do whatever you want to do with it. So let me just call up my screen and share that. Perfect. Okay. Great. So we're going to go from the assumption that you already know how to create a spreadsheet. So we've got a form here, and in this case, it's a sample booking form. And we're asking people to put in some general information, their email address. Again, if this was an internal form, you could collect the email address automatically. But let's go with the assumption you know how to create a form. And on this After School Specials channel, on our YouTube channel for the Tips team, you can see a few really good little tutorials on how to create a form that we've found online, and we think they're really good. So there's my sample booking form. People fill that out. The other thing I need to create is the document, what I want the resulting document to look like. So I've made a Google Doc. There's nothing really special about this. The only thing kind of different in this case is that I've got some fields here where I've used 2 chevrons on either side, 2 of the angle brackets to define a field. And if you're used to using mail merge, this is kind of familiar to you. There's nothing special about what I've called these for now. You can call these whatever you like. It really helps if they kind of match the type of information you're looking for. So what I did with this one is I went through my questions. I know I'm collecting name, address, an option, when the ice time starts, etc. So I've got that same kind of thing represented here. A key thing to remember here is you can actually also format these. So this is this here is going to be their name that they're going to put in requested by, and that's actually going to be the your name piece is going to go there. You can also format all these things. So if I highlight these and I'm going to turn those blue, it not only turns and bold, it only turns them blue and bold in here, but you'll see when the mail merge happens and I get however many copies of this, that's what that'll be blue as well. Okay, so 2 things. I've got a form created. You know how to do that. I've got a document created, and it's got some tags in here. Again, these tags can be whatever I want right now. They don't have to match anything. All right, so here's where I created my form. And again, you can add questions, do that before you start if you like. I've got a few different types of questions in here. And then here's my resulting spreadsheet. So I can get to there by going View Responses, and that takes me to the resulting spreadsheet. So if you're familiar with forms, you know that every question creates a corresponding column in the spreadsheet. All right. Now, you may not have used add-ons before. Add-ons are under the add-ons menu. If you don't have the AutoCrat one, which is if you've never used them, you won't, click on Get Add-ons. And when it comes up here, it may be listed near the top. If not, just search for AutoCrat. Okay. And it's created by the geniuses at New Visions for Public Schools. And you just click on where it says, this is managed because I've installed it already. You just click on this button, which would say free, to install AutoCrat. So AutoCrat runs just in this spreadsheet. What I'm going to do is click on add-ons, click on AutoCrat or mouse over, and I'm going to launch AutoCrat. That's going to pull up a little tool to guide me through it here on the right-hand side. It really helps. You'll find that you've created your document, your booking summary, your Google Doc here in advance, because we'll just be able to map all of these merge tags to what comes up in the document. So I'm going to click on New Merge Job. All right, and I do want to choose template from Drive in this case. I've used it once before, so I'm going to click on Booking Summary for it. Otherwise, I'd just click on Drive and then search for it. And there's my booking summary. It's all good. You can see you can include graphics, whatever we want in there. All right, so just opening that up so I can take a look at it. Back to here, I'm going to name this job New Booking Form, call it whatever you like. That just saves it inside of AutoCrat. And that's going to ask me to map the actual tags that are in the document in this document. Okay, booking or name, email, option, all these different tags that I've made up here. It's going to ask me to match those up with the different columns or fields that are in the data. So requested by, that would be name. Name is also going to be your name. Email, I've got a field called email address, right? And that's coming from the question. And these are all coming from the data. Option, it says which option would you like? And again, you're just mapping time requested. I think that was the day of the week actually. Duration, this one, days. Finish. I'm gonna scroll down on this thing a little bit. Can't really move around too much. Finish at, it's just out of the way here, so I'll just leave this at on your full screen. I can't, when I'm doing the broadcaster, it's not letting me do that. And then the more is way down here. There. So if I've mapped all those different headings to the merge tags. And now the next thing that comes up is asking me, well, how do I want to name this document? So I'm going to call this booking request for, and then I can put a field in here. So I'm actually going to use one of these. We're going to use, it's for the person. So this is your name. We'll just copy that, Control C, Control V to paste that in there. So it's going to name each of these documents that it creates and puts it in my Google Drive. Now here's the option, a couple other options now. I basically set it up and I could run it now if I wanted to, but I have some options here. I want this to save as a Google Doc or a PDF. Now I'm going to save this as a Google Doc because what this is going to do when I run it is create, if I've got 50 people that filled out this form, it's going to put 50 separate documents in my Google Drive. Now, because it's a booking form, I might want to go in there and add to it, add some comments to it, and then email it out or whatever. So I'm going to leave it as a Google Doc. Here I can choose to email and or share the merged documents if I want, and there's some advanced options too. So I am going to email this out. I'm going to email it to, and I can use this little field right here, the email address. That's the one that's being collected. So it's going to email each one of these forms to the person that submitted it. Subject is your booking form, and I can add another, maybe like a date or something, but that's fine. And so a message here. Okay, now my options are, am I sending this person a PDF file attachment? Maybe I just want them to give them a sample, but I'm going to give them a view-only Google Doc. The benefit of that is that if I go in and actually add something to that document, like canceled or required more info, they're seeing a live version of that Google Doc, but they can't edit it, right? So that's better than a PDF. All right, let's keep looking at the different settings here. Down in advanced settings, you can see I could set conditional merge. So if they said they want to book Dawn and Arena, I could say then send a separate kind of message, right? Or don't send it, or do something different with it. I could tell it where to put, which folder to put in. Otherwise, it's going to create a folder automatically. I'm just going to leave that as the default. And I'm going to have it run AutoCrat automatically when forms are submitted. The neat thing about this is that it sets this up in the cloud, so I don't have to leave this spreadsheet open. It'll just continually run as people submit forms and send them out. So let's save that. Okay, so it's set up here to go. I'm just going to fill out this, come back and fill out this form. So here's my form. I'm going to put some information in here. So let's just, I'll just choose some quick options. This starts at, and I'm booking this for the month. All right, and I'm going to hit submit. When I hit submit, like with Google Forms, you'll see the data comes in, fills in my form. And if I'm running this merge, what's actually going to happen? Let me just check to make sure. I did say to run when forms are submitted. Just going to give it a second. I never did hit run merge, so excuse me. It'll continue to run these merge jobs now because my settings were to run every time a form is submitted. So what happened there is that you can see that the merge doc was created. There's the link to the merge docs. So I could access all the merge docs from here, but you'll also see that they're in my Google Drive under a form called, should be one called booking forms, even if I just look at my recent documents. You can see it added my name at the top. It said booking request for Terry Cordy. Here's Terry Cordy. Here's all the information that I put in, where it's coming from, right? It's building this document. And it also sends me an email, not the creator of it, but in this case it sends, it's under probably notifications. There's my booking form. So the person who submits the form is actually going to get a message, right? Whatever you said the message was going to be, and a link to that form. And this could be a PDF as well. Okay, so just a quick